Hey everyone, hope you all are having an amazing day today. So today's video, I want to talk about, college, and this is for all the people who are seniors in high school, in that kind of transitional stage, or they're in college right now, and they just are having one of those moments where you're like, is this really what I want to do? Am I really happy? And you kind of check in with yourself. And I'm going to share a little bit about my story and why I believe that there are many types of smarts in this world, not just book smart. Everyone has natural abilities and talents, but sometimes it takes a certain environment to bring it out. And so for me, growing up, I always struggled with academics. It just never clicked. I had to have a ton of tutors. I didn't really put in a lot of effort because I wasn't enjoying it and I didn't have fun with it. So I was like, well, why am I going to try really hard at something that I really do not enjoy? And kind of all of high school, I got really bad grades. I had to do summer school a lot. It was just this very frustrating relationship with academics. And when you're in high school, all your whole world, that's your whole world: academics, school, college, where are you going to go? And it's kind of like you're not really living in the moment. You're kind of just always like, college, where am I going to go? Always just thinking ahead in the future. And it can be really hard to just think about the possibility of well, maybe college isn't for me, because a lot of people tend to grow up in communities like I did, where it's very hyper competitive. It's very so where's your kid going? What's your kid's GPA? Are they an honor student? Did they do this? And all that stuff. And it's just the race to nowhere. You can have as many degrees as you want, but I think that life experience, there's no comparison for that. And there's no degree in life experience. So I remember when I was a senior in high school, it was such a challenging year because already, it's just all the GPAs, all the test taking, and you're starting to apply to colleges, and so many emotions come up with that. And it's just, your counselors, your friends, your parents, every family dinner thing that you go to, everyone's like, so where are you going to go? Where do you want to go? What's your GPA? Where, and it's so overwhelming, so stressful. And it made me feel so just low self-esteem because I didn't know what to say to these people, because I'm I may go to community college, my grades aren't that good. And I felt this embarrassment and this just shame of okay, well, I'm not living up to everyone's expectations of how, what the perfect student is. So then I guess I'm dumb. I guess I won't really do much in my life and I won't really accomplish much. And it causes such low self-esteem. And I was so hard on myself and I judged myself so much. And I was comparing myself to everyone else around me in my senior class and all that stuff. And then, so I did decide to move down to LA right after high school and attend Santa Monica City College for 2 years. And then the plan was to transfer, probably to, just a school around in LA, a 4-year school. But right off the bat, going into community college, I was not happy. It was kind of just okay, well, I didn't do well in high school, so this is my time to get the grades. I kind of have to. My parents weren't putting pressure on me, but I was putting the pressure on myself of this is the time. I have to get the good grades now because what else am I going to do with my life? I kind of had that mindset of well, I don't know what else to do. I mean, you need a degree and education is important. And about halfway through, a year and a half into community college, I had my whole health scare spiritual awakening. And that completely changed my whole life because that was a time where I was still trying to go to school and I was still trying to go to class and get the grades and just pass, and so I could transfer and, begin the next chapter of my life. But during my health scare, I was so sick and I was in and out of hospitals, barely could get out of bed, and chronic back pain. I could not even move. I was in fetal position most of the time throughout the whole day. It was I couldn't go to class, and that was so frustrating to me because I'm universe, why are you doing this to me now? I'm trying to get the grades. I'm trying to transfer. I'm trying to do what I should do and what is the best for me, but you are just ruining all this for me. And at the time, I truly had no idea that that was all, the health scare was actually the best thing that's ever happened to me. And it was happening for me, not to me. And, it was just getting rid of everything that didn't serve me. But the reason I wanted to make this video today is just to speak to all the kids who are like, 17 to 24, 25, and just in that transition stage. And it's like a lot of just coming into your own and growing into who you are. And really, for some of you, it's the first time that you're actually sitting with yourself and you're thinking like, well, who am I? What do I enjoy? What makes me happy? Do I want to be in college? And it's okay if you do not want to go to college. Like, I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I remember feeling a lot of guilt and a lot of shame when I wanted to drop out, because I'm like, well, like, why am I having these mixed feelings of like, people do go to school, and in this society, I do believe that this society is changing for the better, but I do believe that kind of the society we were brought into and we grew up in, it's like, you have to go to school. Like, what other option is there? Like, you have to be logical and realistic, and that's going to make you the most money, and that's going to be the most beneficial for you and like lead you to the best things. But it's okay if you don't want to go to college, and it is so okay if you do not resonate with academics, if it doesn't click. I know it can be so frustrating, and it can cause so many emotions to come up, and it can be very, very, like, just hard on a person's self-esteem. But, I'm here to tell you that it is so okay, and do not judge yourself for feeling like there's more to life than GPAs and test taking and academics. Because I remember every single day in community college, I would sit in class and just kind of stare out the window and be like, there has to be more to life than this. I swear I would think that every single day, and I just would be like, is this really that there is in life? Is this it? You kind of just go to school, get the best grades possible, go to college, then get a job. It's like, where's the time to like do what makes you happy and to explore that and to just like trust yourself and trust your gut for decision making? And that's also one of the best things I can tell you guys is trust yourself. You always know what is best for you, and your intuition, your gut feeling, your hunch, whatever you want to call it, it is happening for a reason. And, your body is talking to you all the time. And if you are deciding, like, do I want to go to college? Do I like this degree? Should I try this? Listen to your body, say it out loud, whatever question you're having or dilemma, and see it how it feels in your body. See if you get like a pit in your stomach, kind of like contraction or like, or expansion. That is, one of the things I do every single day. Every time I have a question or I don't know what to do, I say it out loud and I see how it feels in my body, because your body never lies, and your body and your emotions are so connected all the time. And another thing I want to say is that, life is just too short to do anything that does not make you happy. And that's the whole point of life. I think people overcomplicate things, and they get so like wrapped up in like money and college and being realistic and logical and all that stuff, and you have to just get through it. And that's just such a stupid old mindset of like, you have to just pay the bills and you have to get by and you have to like struggle and survive. And that mentality is so stupid, and it doesn't serve anyone, and it doesn't serve its place anymore, having that mindset. That's like the Depression era mindset. But no, truly, I mean, life is just way too short to not do what you love, to just settle in anything. Life is so short and precious and a gift, and you have to just take advantage of it and just do what makes you happy, and, never put a limit on your potential. And another thing that I want to say is there are so many types of smart in this world, not just book smart. There are athletic, music, artistic, creative, entrepreneurial, so many, like inventions. There's so many types of smarts in this world, and you all who are watching this are smart in your own way. And if that is book smart, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. If you know that about yourself and that you love academics and you love just like learning and taking tests, that is awesome. And if you don't really resonate with academics and taking tests, that is wonderful too. We're all so smart in our own ways, and we all have that resource within us to tap into whenever we want of our power and playing big and stepping into our power. Because I totally remember when I was wanting to drop out of community college and I was in that weird phase of like, every time I would go home on Christmas break or spring break or whatever, and go to like family dinners or, see other people, just the bombarding questions I would get of people being like, so are you going to transfer yet? How's your time at community college? Like, are you almost done? Like, what are you majoring in? Like, where are you going to go? Just so much. It made me so uncomfortable, and I wouldn't even want to go to family dinners or anything because I knew that all these questions were going to come, and it made me so uncomfortable and nervous to be like, I don't really like college. Like, can I say that? Because, it's just these people being like, so what are you going to do? Whatever, like so much. And I felt dumb and I felt shameful because I was like, but I don't like school. I love learning and I love being around people, but I do not like taking tests, and I don't like being taught that I have to learn in a certain way, and being like, I don't like someone going up in front of a room and being like, okay, you 30 kids who all process information differently, you all have different minds, and you all think differently. I'm going to teach you all the same stuff, the same exact way, and you all are supposed to get it, pass, and succeed. That is crazy to me because every single person processes information differently. Our minds are wired differently. We all have different personalities, and to be expected to all, process the same way of teaching the same is crazy. But I totally get just the shame, the guilt, the confusion, the embarrassment that comes up with being like, is this for me? I do not know what to do. That kind of like quarter life, just like, oh my God, who am I? What do I want to do? But truly the best advice I can give is trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust what you're feeling because you always know what is best for you, and you can always sit and meditate on it and ask yourself and say it out loud and see how it feels in your body because, your intuition, it never lies. It always knows what is best for you. With anything too, there's no, oh, I have to turn off my intuition now and be logical and be realistic because I'm talking about like business or money. That's not true. I use my intuition for every single thing, for business ventures, collaborating with other people, for money, where I should live, who I should hang out with, dating guys. I use my intuition for everything. And that's the beauty of it. It's like this universal thing that you always have, and it's never going to leave, and you can strengthen it as much as you want, and you can tap into it whenever you want throughout the day at any time. I hope this truly, truly helps any of you young adults, teens who just don't feel like you want to go to college and you just want to try something else, or you just feel that confusion and all those emotions coming up, because I so get it. And I was totally that teen, young adult who felt so much just shame and guilt of like, but I don't want to go to school. I know that that's what everyone kind of wants from me and what I should do and like what society thinks I should do. But that's not my path, and that's not the best life for me, and I just don't want to do it. It's just, and that's one thing is when I was in community college and I was having these kind of intuitive urges and just this back and forth pull of like, I feel like there's something else out there I should go for, and then like, no, be realistic. No, you need school. Kind of like this being pulled back and forth of like, I should trust my intuition because I feel like it's going to lead me to something wonderful, and then the pullback of my ego being like, no, but you need a degree. No, but this is for you, and you have to get good grades to prove to yourself that you are smart. It was just this horrible kind of seesaw back and forth of like, well, I don't know what to do. And then I did have my health scare where, I was so out of alignment with who I was, not following my purpose, that my body actually got physically sick, and I manifested like disease and physical pain because, the universe for months, even when I was in community college, for months I was like, I've got these intuitive feelings of like, I kind of want to make a YouTube channel. Like, I don't know why, but I kind of want to do that. Or I kind of want to make a blog or something like that. And these thoughts would just come through my day. Sometimes when I was sitting in class, sometimes when I was at my apartment, and I'd just be like, what? No. Oh, just like brush them off. Like, oh no, I can't do that. And of course, all these self-doubt thoughts start coming up. Like, I'm not creative enough. I don't have a supportive friend group. I don't deserve that. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. Like, any thought that you could think of. And I would just push it away. And that happened for months of just the universe being like, Megan, school's not your path. Do something more creative. You're meant for more. You're meant for something else. I ignored it, whatever. And then the universe was like, well, bam, we're going to give you a whole health scare that's really going to push you to the point of you really questioning your life purpose and what you're meant to do. So I hope this video helps anyone who is out there, any young adult teen who is just struggling and feels confused and feels conflicted, and maybe your family's telling you, like, you have to go to school, you should go to school, all this stuff, and other people are trying to tell you what to do, and you're like, well, should I do that? And it's just this confusing of, like, you ask people for advice, and they tell you one thing, and then someone else tells you another, and someone else tells you another, but it's like, you always truly, truly know what is best for you. You always, always know. And that is the one thing that I want to leave you guys with, is to drop the guilt, shame, confusion, embarrassment that comes with feeling like you don't want to go to college, or you don't want to do the 9-to-5 cubicle job, because that is not for everyone. And that is so okay. And own your power, own your talents, whatever you want to do, whatever you are good at, whatever you naturally resonate with, own it and just go with it and run with it and just reach your potential with it, because that is happening for a reason, and you are naturally gravitating towards things for a reason. So get excited, don't feel like, oh, well, I don't want to be in school, so that's like a bad thing, and I should feel embarrassed and shameful, and I don't want to go to family dinners anymore or whatever, because I don't want people to give me a look or ask me questions or give me a weird vibe. Who cares? Life is too short. You have to do what makes you happy. So I hope this helps any of you who are feeling confused, lost in life, because you are actually not lost, and your intuition is your internal compass, and that is the best way to navigate life. So I hope this helps. Bye, guys.